What's up guys, Stout standing here again, and today is Tuesday, so it's an airsoft gear review video. Now, the piece of gear I'm going through today isn't necessarily an airsoft piece, it's more just an essential piece of kit to have. It wasn't on the list of things I put out that I was going to review, but I replaced a piece of kit of mine recently, well, yesterday actually, and it made me think that I should probably go through it because it's a really important piece, and that is boots, if you hadn't guessed. I don't just hold a boot when I'm introducing videos. So this is actually my old, or one of my old pair of boots that I used to use. I've used it for years in all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to go through this, and then I'm going to go through with what I replaced it with. And kind of the key features of what I think makes a good boot for airsoft. Now, these boots are made by Solomon. They don't seem to have an exact model on them, so I can't tell you exactly what model they are, unfortunately. I actually bought these probably getting on for 3 or 4 years ago now. So, you know, they've had their use, which is why I'll have to excuse them being incredibly muddy. Because I've used them pretty much non-stop for the past 3 or 4 years in archery, airsoft. When we go on holidays as a family, we go on lots of walks and hiking, that kind of thing. So they've been very well used. And personally, I love these boots. I'm almost sad to give them up because they've been great. They've never let water in. I've never slipped in them, anything like that. They've been really, really good. The only problem is, as you would have guessed, over 4 years I've grown, so they're actually just a bit too small. So these boots are Solomon, as I'd stated. I did actually have a pair of Solomon mountain shoes before, which is why I chose to go for these when I replaced my really old boots. And they're amazing. They're really well padded all the way over, including on the sole. It's like, I don't know what they call it. It's like that memory foam you get for beds and stuff, but they've got their own brand name for it, but this kind of text is worn off because I've used them that much. They've got Gore-Tex kind of all over them, so they're really waterproof. They've got a huge, chunky, thick sole and a reinforced toe. Now those are two essential things that I think for airsoft, is a really good sole, because you're going to be running over and jumping over all sorts of crap that you don't want to hurt the bottom of your foot, so you want a really sturdy sole with a good tread on it. As you can see, this did have a good tread on it a while ago, but it's started to wear down a bit now. And it has the reinforced toe, because often in airsoft, if I'm going down into a kneeling shooting position, I'll almost end up sliding my foot along the ground, which means if there's anything hard or sharp there, I'm going to hit my toes on it. So I like having the reinforced toe. It's also good for if you're running, because the toe obviously goes down first if you're running, so it's good to have something hard there in case you might catch the end of a brick or the end of a rock or something when you're running. So that's really good. It's got great ankle support. It's got this kind of plastic piece around here. Although it's not solid plastic, it bends quite nicely. So when you actually tighten the shoe up with the laces, that bends to form kind of to your heel and your ankle, which hold it really well in place. And they come up not so high that it restricts movement in your leg, but high enough so your ankle is about here, which means that you're not going to turn your ankle or something if you stand on something like on an angle. Or if you catch the edge of a set of stairs or something, as I've done before. I've jumped onto a set of stairs, caught the edge of it, and slipped sideways. But that was more my fault than the boots for slipping. Me being an idiot jumping over stuff. Now, the one thing that I wasn't quite so keen on these boots is the tongue. For some reason, Solomon have designed it so that when you've got it on, it kind of sticks forwards a bit. And personally, I just don't like that. It's just an aesthetic thing. It doesn't alter the function of the boot. Even if you tie the laces up there, it doesn't actually fit inside the boot. You'd think it would like that, but with a foot in there, it goes like that, which is a bit random. But that is literally the only thing I could find about these boots that I didn't like. I absolutely love them. I say if anybody ever asks me which kind of boot should they get, I always recommend Solomon. They're not an airsoft make, but they're brilliant for anything outdoors. Any outdoor equipment you might need, seriously check out Solomon. They're unbelievable. As you might have guessed from my absolute ranting about how amazing these boots are, I can't find any other bad thing about them than the tongue there. That is literally how much I like these boots. And these reviews, I am being seriously honest, if there's something wrong with the product, I will say, because, you know, it's pointless me saying, oh, this is amazing, so if it's not. Now, as I said, these boots are amazing. I absolutely 100% love them, and if anyone is in the market for a boot, highly recommend getting these. Personally, I got these from, I think it was Go Outdoors, but, you know, any outdoor style shop will stock these. You can get them on the internet. I think Solomon's website might even sell them. I don't actually know whether they've got their own web store. So that's my old boots, and I'm going to go on to my newer pair of boots now. So we'll cut to that just about here. So this is the next set of boots I've got. These are my new ones that I got yesterday. Yesterday afternoon I actually got these. So I haven't actually had a chance to try them out outdoors. I've been wearing them around the house to try and get them kind of worn in a bit, but that's about it so far. So I can go through the features on them, but unfortunately I can't really go through how well they function. I'd assume they work very well because they're made by a company called Brasher or Brasher, or however you want to pronounce it, which are an incredibly good outdoor make. Again, these are just outdoor boots. They're not especially airsoft boots. I know you can get the Oakley SI ones, you can get the 511 tactical boots, that kind of thing. But personally, because I do a lot of other sports where I've been wearing them, like archery, if I'm going climbing outdoors, I'll wear them when I'm getting there, that kind of thing. And like I said earlier, we go walking a lot as a family, so I prefer to have a proper pair of walking boots rather than ones that are kind of designed for the army, but sort of imitate walking boots, because personally I'd go for the proper product, which are these. I know people say, you know, go for the army ones, they're tested. Personally, I think they're just copies of walking boots. Go for a good solid walking boot and you'll be much better off. Now onto this boot itself. This boot is a lot more suede leather than the Solomon's, but it does still have a lot of Gore-Tex all over it. I am told by the shop, Go Outdoors again, which is where I got these from, that this has a layer of Gore-Tex under all of this, so it's 100% waterproof, but I'll have to give that a good try. It has laces, like the other one did, sealed, and then it's got these lace hooks as well. So depending on how much movement you want on your ankle, you change which hooks you've used. These are just laced all the way up to the top, just so I can show you. They have, again, a really reinforced heel and ankle, and an incredibly strong toe, which I can tell is going to be really good. They're incredibly sturdy. I dropped a radiator on this earlier, actually, when I was moving it, and barely felt it. So that's pretty cool. They're incredibly strong. They're not steel toe cap or anything. I'm pretty sure it's just reinforced with Gore-Tex or some other strong material. I don't really know what it's made out of, but that's incredibly strong. And the tread of these is amazing. It actually sticks up, I'd say, 1.5 centimeters or so. So you've got a really strong tread on these. You've got a 3-layer sole, so you've got the tread, then here at the heel you've got this kind of extra padding, this light colour. That's a nice kind of padded rubber foam, which is really nice actually. It's nice and soft, so if you're putting pressure down on your heel, it'll just kind of take the impact out a little bit. And then you've got the harder rubber at the top, which goes all the way around here. Now, that's an incredibly good sole. As I've said, Brasher are a very good make. I do like the feel of it. It's nice and sharply cut, which means you should get a lot of grip. But as I said, I haven't actually tried the product out yet, so it could work out better or worse than I hope. It's a very padded boot, again, like my Salomon ones were. I know I shouldn't really compare the two, because they're very different kind of standards of company. Brasher are a lot more kind of well known. They're a bigger company than Salomon, but personally I love my Salomon boots, so I'm going to compare them. Now, these are incredibly well padded all the way over. Like, I've been wearing them for the past day and a half or so, so all of today, most of yesterday since I got them, and they've been incredibly comfy. The one thing that I noticed about these that Solomon's didn't do is, look, the tongue does actually fit in there, and when I'm wearing them, the tongue does fit in there, unlike the Solomon's, which was unfortunate because that was the only downside I could spot about the Solomon's. Now, my main downside about these boots themselves, the Brashers, are the Solomon's had like a little tag at the back here to help pull it onto your heel with. These only have this little flap of leather, which I find very hard to keep a good grip of if you're pulling it on. Whereas the Solomon's actually had a loop that I could stick my fingers in and really pull it on. Now, that's they're about the only features of this boot I can go over at the minute, except for it being incredibly lightweight. It is lighter than my Solomon boots, but that's because it's obviously a newer boot. It's probably being made out of more modern materials inside it. Because, as I've said, I haven't had a chance to use these outdoors. I'm really hoping to get down to my airsoft site on Sunday, which will be the 24th, I think it is. Yeah, 24th, I've got my calendar just off to the side here, for our big Clan Wars event. But as I've said, my gun is actually in Scotland at the minute being repaired, so I'm going to give them a ring. Wednesday will be a week since I sent it, so I'll give them a ring then, see what's going on. And hopefully I can get that back in time, because I'm also picking up a scope from a guy there, which I will be sure to review after I've used it. So I'll probably do I can't even speak anymore, a review video of these after I've used them, which won't be on my schedule of videos, but it'll be coming along, because that would be pretty cool to know how these stack up against my Solomon boots. So, you know, that's pretty much the end of this video. I've just got a couple of things to talk about now. Main one is I have a very big video project coming along. It's an idea I've had for a while, but I was always a bit kind of scared to do it because it's going to take me a very long time to do. And I'll need a lot of people involved. I've got a lot of my mates that I've contacted. It's going to be an airsoft-based video. So I've got a few guys that I've contacted. I'm hoping to find an area I can record it in, because obviously you can't just run around with airsoft guns in the street. I'm hoping to get in contact with the guy who runs my airsoft site and see whether I could use that at some point. I don't know how that would work, like how much it would be to rent or something like that, but I'll look into that. And I'm going to need a lot of cameras as well, so I'm currently scouring my house for any cameras. I've got a decent one on my phone, I've got my iPad, and we have a video camera downstairs as well. And they're about the only decent video cameras I have, so I'm going to be asking my mates as well if they've got a couple of cameras I can use as well, which hopefully they will. So that's kind of the idea behind it. I may be releasing a bit more information about it when I know it's going ahead a little bit more, but it will be a very big project. I think the biggest giveaway to it I can do is, if you've ever seen the Airsoft GI videos, look at the Tim vs Bob The Beginning, and you'll get an idea for what kind of thing I'm looking at doing. I'll probably give away quite a lot of it if you've ever seen the GI videos. If not, have a look at them and it'll give away a lot. So that's going to be the end of this video, guys. If you've liked the video, please drop a like rating or drop me a comment or something. It's really cool to know people are enjoying these videos, or if you've got something I could improve in the video, or something you think went really well maybe. If you want to watch me do any more reviews, I've got a schedule here, which is Tuesdays I do airsoft gear reviews, Wednesdays I do airsoft tactics. If I could speak, I would do airsoft tactics and training videos for people who are new to airsoft. And on Thursdays I do airsoft guns. Sorry, I went completely blank there for a minute and I have no idea why. I just completely blanked out, which is a bit weird. And then Fridays I do a Friday vlog. So you'll see kind of what goes on in my week, basically. I just talk about any announcements that's happened. Whereas this week I'm pretty sure it'll be the Sony announcement, the maybe PS4 announcement. If you watched my channel before I changed it about 2 weeks ago, I did do a couple of game videos, but I've decided to stop them because I didn't think the quality was quite up to what I wanted it to be, because I didn't have the hardware to record it with. So I am keeping up with all that. I will probably be watching the live stream of Sony doing it, because I'm actually off this week. I thought I'd got the dates wrong of when it originally was, but I will hopefully be watching that and doing an announcement video of it. So that's it, guys. If you want to see any of those videos, please subscribe to the channel, drop us a message, a comment or a like rating if you've enjoyed the videos, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.